Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing an unforgettable 2021 limited edition of 125 pieces. This is the yellow gold green dial Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Chronograph. Now, yellow gold started to make a comeback in 2016 on the Royal Oaks at AP, and of course, green was the color of 2021. It still looks spectacular. Dimensionally, the watch is 41 millimeters in diameter, 11.1 millimeters thick, from lug to lug, 51.7 millimeters. That's just the case. But if you include these little intermediate links, the plots outboard, the total distance across the wrist is 54.1 millimeters. The weight of this watch is unbelievable. It is massive. It feels like some platinum watches from lesser brands. Audemars Piguet has not shorted you the gold. Now, throwing it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, it is visually spectacular, but it's also large. I wouldn't recommend it for a wrist smaller than 15 centimeters circumference because all Royal Oaks wear a little bit larger than their stated size. So this wears a lot like a 43 millimeter round watch. Taking a look at the bracelet, it's part of what you pay for when you buy a Royal Oak, as it takes between 9 and 11 hours to hand finish the bracelets on these watches. A little bit less time in steel, a little bit more time if it's some kind of precious metal or titanium. Now you can see the watch includes all sorts of nuance, polished facets, satinated elements, the lovely bevel on the side, these little intermediate links with polished inner faces that you can really only see when you roll the bracelet through the light. The bracelet is integrated as Gerald Genta intended when he first penned the Royal Oak back in 1972, so it's designed to look like jewelry, a bracelet that happens to tell time, and mission accomplished. Now, removable links are fixed in place by matching yellow gold screws. The clasp is very robust. Really, it feels like something you might encounter on an offshore. A double fold twin trigger release. It is a sequential close. The logo closes second. You can see it's satinated and media blasted inside, so it's double finished. Rolling back to the case, you can see that it too has an interesting degree of finishing nuance and detail. We have the rounded octagonal bezel inspired by a vintage diving helmet. The bolts inside the bezel are hexagonal, as are the chronograph shoulders and the crown, but the bolts are made of white gold, which makes for a nice contrast between the yellow gold of the bezel and the white gold of the bolts. Now you can see that the edge is first satinated, then polished, and then on its top vertically satinated like a curtain. One of the changes for 2017 on the Royal Oak Chronograph was that we still have these pusher shoulders, but they're no longer screw downs, so you can use them anytime without having to screw them out. The watch remains 50 meters water resistant, and it does have a screw down crown. The dial is the grande tapisserie. It is the large hobnail. It's cut on a pantograph. Since 2012, this 19th century mimicry engine has been used in-house at AP to make their own tapisserie dials. Now, grand is the large dial that you'll find on something like a 15500 or Royal Oak Chronograph. Petite is what you find on the jumbo. Mega, which is stamped, is on the offshore. Now, you can see we have yellow gold chapter rings for the sub-registers. This imbalanced dial with the smaller constant seconds arrived in 2017 along with the pusher change. You can see that the hands, the logo, and the indices, they're all yellow gold to match the color, but also to resist tarnishing over time. In good taste, AP has used a matching date disc, so the dial is green, the date disc is green. Let's take a quick look at the Lume. There is plenty of it. Now, with a screw-down crown and a 50-meter water resistance rating, this watch is surface swimmable, but don't take it diving. You can swim on the surface, just don't take it deep. Now, the watch on the reverse side features polish, media blasting, and then satination. Underneath the case back is Audemars Piguet caliber 2385. It's based on the Frédéric Piguet 1185 high horology automatic chrono caliber. So Frédéric Piguet, better known as manufacturer Blancpain, has made this movement since the 80s. It's a unidirectional winder with a 40-hour power reserve. It has a vertical clutch for smooth engagement of the chrono seconds hand, and a column wheel for crisp feel. Now, it's an efficient unidirectional winder. It's a 21.6 beat rate, so 21,600 vibrations per hour or 6 beat per second. It does not have hacking, though it does have a quick set date. Another nice feature of the vertical clutch system is that it has no additional play, so when you engage the chronograph, if you just want to leave it running full time, you can absolutely do that. The movement, which has 37 joules, is quite thin in profile, being fully integrated, and it is adjusted in 5 positions like a chronometer would be. So this is high horology adjustment, and the movement, though you can't see it, is nicely finished. It is, after all, a Blancpain spec movement. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this limited edition Audemars Piguet Royal Oak chronograph.